Good morning everyone, today we're going to be talking about a budget build for the Slayer because I just realized that in the seasonal shop there's actually some really nice armors and I never noticed that it actually gave 3% potency. But before we jump into all of that, if you're new to the channel, I upload NGS content daily, so if you do play this game I would really appreciate a subscribe as it really helps out the channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the video. So the very first thing I want to talk about is of course the event lady over here. So when we talk to the event lady and we scroll all the way down here, you're going to notice that there's a bunch of different armors. So when I first saw the Epictus armor Vita, I dismissed it as just like, oh, it's not that great, whatever. But what I didn't notice was this armor actually gives you 3% on all potencies. So if we look at its stats right now, it seems like it gives quite a lot of potency, you know, 13% potency, 55 HP, as well as 4 photon power. It looks pretty good, but that's because there are augments on this already. So when we look at the armor by itself over here, the Epictus Vita armor, you can see it actually gives you 3% of all potencies and 55 HP. Now the downside to this armor is of course it does not give you any photon power, versus your Epictus Arga, which you can get from your red boxes. You know, you get the Arga, the Belta, as well as the Sheza. These armors all give 30 HP, 4 PP, and then 3 of 2 different types of potencies. However, the Vita is special in the sense that it gives you 3% for all potencies, which is very, very nice. Now, is the Epictus armor Vita gonna break the game? No, it's not. It's still a middle of the ground type of armor. It's not endgame armor. You know, if you are trying to go for endgame stuff, you probably still want to stick with the Ajax armor or the Eclairsu armor over here. However, since it is available in the event shop and it does have some really nice augments, such as Mastery 4 and Ultra Credit 4, like these capsules aren't super expensive. However, it is saving you quite a bit of money, especially if you do want to put Mastery 4 like a guaranteed, because you could either buy the SG bundle that costs 850 SG, which gives you the Mastery 4 S, or you can purchase 10 of these Mastery 4 capsules, which even at its very low price of like, you know, 150,000 to 200,000, you know, buying 10 of them is still going to be about 2 million Meseta. So being able to get 3 copies of these with Mastery 4 and Ultra Credit 4 already on the armor is actually pretty amazing. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm actually going to purchase all 3 of these Vita armors, and I'm going to be using them to prepare my Ship 3 character for the Slayer class. So let's purchase that. So the next thing I need to do is of course augments, because I'm not going to be using Iradisoul as well as Triple Bolt because I don't like these augments over here. But lucky for us, in the event shop you've got all of your augments. You've got your precision augments over here. You've got 40 of them actually, and on top of that you've got more mastery capsules, which we don't need yet because, you know, it's already on our armor. But we can definitely use the Gigas Precision 4 as well as the Doldorus Souls, and we can also use the Dread Keepers. Now, if you do need more money, don't forget you can also pick up your 200 alpha reactors, which you can sell for 700,000 Meseta, which is pretty nice. But we're not going to buy the alpha reactors yet because we don't need the money, but we will be buying all the other capsules. So as we can see right here, we're just going to click buy, and you can see over here that I don't need to spend any Meseta, and I'm going to get some pretty nice stuff. So the next step is of course to enhance our armors to at the very least plus 50 so that we get the extra augment slot before we start augmenting. So we're going to head over here to the item lab. We're going to go enhancement, and keep in mind that we're doing it today or before the maintenance because we actually get all of these augmentation boosts going on right now, which will definitely help us because it's going to help us save a little bit of money. All right, now that we've enhanced all of our armors to plus 50, you can see we have the additional augment slot right here, and the next step is going to be the augments, of course. So what I'm actually going to be doing is I'm going to be adding augments right here. We're going to select our armor right here, and we're just going to be putting in Dread Keeper, Doldorus Soul, as well as Gigas Precision. These are the augments that I want to put in. We're going to go confirm. So the first augment we're going to be putting in is of course the Mastery 4, and since it was on the armor already, there is 0 RNG involved. As you can see, it's 100% chance, so I don't need to deal with, you know, crappy RNG. Then we have the Doldorus Soul 4 over here. We've got the Gigas Precision, the Ultra Credit, as well as the Dread Keeper. So there is some RNG over here because these two are at 70% with the Gigas Precision 4 as well as the Dread Keeper 4. However, I think we're going to gamble that. So we're going to put that, and then we're going to put a 20% booster. So there's a 90% chance for the Gigas Precision 4 as well as the Dread Keeper 4. And let's gamble and just pray that it sticks. And ooh, Woo! Lucky us, it's all good to go. So as you can see right here, when we go to the second page, we actually get 14.8% potency with the with range, which is very nice. We get 130 HP per armor, and we're gonna get 15 photon power, which is gonna definitely help us quite a bit. So that's pretty nice for our very first piece, and we're just gonna do the exact same thing with the other two pieces. However, you're gonna notice that I'm actually out of Gigas Precision Force as well as Dreadkeeper Force, so we're gonna actually have to go buy some from the player market. We're gonna take a quick look because this is on ship 3. The prices might be a little bit out of whack. So let us just take a quick look. Dreadkeeper prices, 47,000. That's not too bad. We can actually afford some of this. Gigas Precision, 90,000. That's a bit expensive. I'm a bit too cheap for that. But either way, we're going to buy the Dreadkeeper 4s. So we need to buy another 10 because we already have 10 and we have 2 more armors to work on. So let us just purchase some of these Dreadkeepers. All right, now that we've gotten that, the Gigas Precision, do we go with Gigas Precision? Or we might go something cheaper, because Gigas Precision, the only main benefit here is it gives you that extra 20 HP. But to be perfectly honest with you guys, I don't really need the HP because I have a whopping 130 HP on this armor already. So I could just go cheap and just stick with Precision 4, where I just don't get the HP. And I think that's my game plan. We're just going to go Precision 4. All right, now that we've gathered all the other capsules that we needed, so we've got our Dreadkeepers, Doldora Souls, as well as Precision 4, we are ready to finally augment the last two pieces. Add augment, we're going to go over to our second armor over here, plop 10 of these each, say confirm. And again, there is going to be a little bit of RNG over here because we have a 20% booster, so this is 90% on the Dreadkeeper 4s. And a bada bing, bada boom, all success, very nice. And now for the last armor, let's just take a quick look. Yeah, so we're getting 110 HP, 15 PP, 14.8% range potency. So it's exactly the same as the main piece. The only difference is we do get 20 HP less, but we are saving ourselves a lot of money because we are just using regular Precision 4 instead of Gigas Precision. So that is pretty nice that we save quite a bit of money there. So as you can see, all three pieces are done. So we're going to actually do a comparison right here. Let's just put this away. So currently I have 3364 battle power, and let's just open up my character sheet. So I have, like, you know, damage adjustment 56.8%, and my potency is 87% melee potency. So what we're going to do is we're just going to put on our armors, and I think my battle power is going to increase. Bang, bang, bang. All right, what is it? 3368. It increased by 4 battle power, but we're not done yet. So the main thing that I'm doing over here is actually because I'm switching to range potency. So you may notice that my stats are going to be a little bit messed up now. You can see I've got 44 melee potency and 64 range potency. And the reason for this is actually because I haven't switched my weapon. My weapon over here is still melee potency. You see, it's still 13.9% melee potency because I do need to switch out my Death Might over here and my Freed Soul and my Melrod Dual Bolt. But my floor potency is going to increase a lot, actually. You can see my floor potency is actually 72.9%. That's actually pretty amazing. And my damage resistance is 10.2%. That's actually huge, actually. That's very huge. Holy cow, that's massive. Maybe we should just put another Dreadkeeper here. We'll put another Dreadkeeper here and replace the Freed Soul with a Doldora Soul. I think that's the play. So now that we've actually got our Precision, Dreadkeeper, and Doldora Soul, we're actually going to throw all of these onto our weapon now. So we also have an Addy capsule over here, which gives us the HP as well as PP, as well as melee and range potency. So that's pretty nice. And there we go. We are now at 3371 battle power, which is, you know, a little bit better than before, which is pretty nice. I think what we're missing right now is actually just getting our armors to plus 60. That's going to give us a little bit more defense and boost our stats a little bit more. But look at my stats right now, guys. Look at my freaking HP. I've got 1019 HP. And like, I don't have any crazy food buffs, right? Because this is my ship 3 character. I literally just use 10 meat which gives me the potency plus 10%, and that's the only buff I'm getting over here. And I have 1019 HP. I have 181 photon power, and my damage adjustment is 75.7% to 100% with 12.9% damage resistance. Now, there is a downside here, or the weakness of this build is my damage. My potency is only 69.4%. Very nice, but you know, this is going to be lower than your average player. I believe most people are probably hovering between like 80 to 90% potency. However, we're making up for this with our damage adjustment over here, because you know, the range of damage that we're going to be hitting is going to be a lot more consistent. But this is a little bit low, you know, it is a little bit out of my comfort zone. And on top of that, there is another downside here, and that is of course the crazy negative statuses over here. Now, for those who are wondering, Kero, you're a katana braver, why on earth are you building range potency? It is, of course, a skill that we have over here. So when we come to the class counter over here, and we go to learn class skill, and we go to braver, we actually have a special ability optimization BR, which actually allows us to switch the highest potency that we have into range or into melee. So if we look at my stats over here, you can see that my range potency is the highest stat. So when I use a katana, it will actually convert my range potency into melee potency, and vice versa if I use a bow. However, keep in mind that this only applies to braver main class, and on top of that, only braver weapons, alright? But the reason why I'm building all of this range potency is because we know that the Slayer class is going to be range potency. So when the Slayer class does come out next month, I'll simply be able to just equip a gunblade and keep my armor over here, and I'm good to go. So yeah, that's pretty much the benefit of doing this. And you can see over here that I actually did not spend that much money. I did buy a lot of those capsules. So if I was extrememely stingy, or if I had more time, I would probably try to farm up all of those capsules. Like the Doldora Souls, those are pretty inexpensive, but mainly for the Dreadkeeper 4s, I would probably run the Geometric Labyrinth a couple times, try to build up a lot of those. And on top of that, the next upgrade that I'm probably going to be looking at is maybe Hal Finales. Now, Hal Finales is relatively expensive, but if I do get Hal Finales, I might replace the Gigas Precision maybe. But as for the other two armors over here, I'm definitely going to be replacing the Precision 4 with Hal Finales. That's what I would do. And that way it will compensate for my very low potency, because, you know, Hal Finales gives 4% potency. So that'll give me that small little boost. Now, another thing that I could upgrade is going to be the Addy capsules, of course. I might consider going Addy Ward capsules to try to mitigate a bunch of these negative status elements over here. But, you know, then we're talking about a lot more expensive stuff. And, you know, because it's a budget build, there's gonna be some trade-offs. And as we can see over here, clearly the trade-off is the status elements as well as the lower potency. But you get a lot of tankiness, you get a lot of photon power, and your damage adjustment is gonna be fairly high, which is pretty nice.
Special thanks to all the members for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you again.
But yeah, that's all I wanted to cover in today's video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye!